God's countenance, presence, favor, and relational posture. A powerful scripture reading straight from Torah, Bereshith, Genesis. Here we introduce Yah's physical and relational presence as revealed in Bereshith, Genesis. Yah is not an abstract force. He walks, he speaks, he appears, he breathes. His presence is sensory. It is directional and deeply personal. If you don't know him, we encourage you to take the time to get to know him. And if you already know him, then we encourage you to rekindle your relationship with him. Bereshith 1 and 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. Before creation was ordered, the Spirit of Elohim was already present and moving. He hovered over the chaos. He was not absent from the formless dark. He was moving through it. Yah's presence precedes all order, all light, and all life. Bereshith 2:7. And Adonai Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Yah came near enough to breathe into the nostrils of man. His presence is not only cosmic and vast, it is intimate. The life within you was placed there by the breath of Yah himself. No other creature received this. His nearness gave human life its beginning. Bereshith 3:8. And they heard the voice of Adonai Elohim walking in the garden in the cool of the day. Yah walked in his garden. In the beginning, he was present, moving, speaking, and relating within his created order. He was not confined to a distant heaven. He walked where his people lived. The garden was where he met them, and he came there freely. Bereshith, Genesis 4:14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. Even Cain understood that to be separated from Yah's face was the deepest possible consequence. His face represents nearness, access, and relational standing. To be hidden from his face is to lose the thing that matters most, the awareness of his presence and the protection that comes with it. Bereshith, Genesis 12:7. And Adonai appeared unto Abram and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto Adonai, who appeared unto him. Yah appears to Avram. He does not merely send a message by a messenger, he appears. His self-revelation is personal, and Avram's response is an altar, a permanent marker at the place where Adonai showed himself. His appearing was so significant, it demanded a memorial. Bereshith, Genesis 16:13. And she called the name of Adonai that spake unto her, Thou Elohim seest me. For she said, Have I also here looked after him that seeth me? Hagar, a woman, a servant alone in the wilderness and running, encountered the presence of Yah. She named him El Roy, the Elohim who sees. His presence is not reserved for the prominent or the powerful. He appears to those whom the world passes over. He sees when no one else does. Bereshith 17:1. And when Avram was 90 years old and 9, Adonai appeared to Avram and said unto him, I am the Almighty Elohim. Walk before me, and be thou perfect. Yah appears and declares his own name before he speaks any requirement. He does not begin with law. He begins with the revelation of who he is. I am El Shaddai, the Almighty Elohim. This is his pattern throughout Scripture. He reveals himself first, then he speaks his will. Bereshith, Genesis 18:1. And Adonai appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. Yah's revelation entered ordinary human space and ordinary human time. Avraham was sitting at his tent door in the heat of the afternoon. No temple had been built, no altar prepared, no sacred season had begun. Yah appeared in the middle of an ordinary day. His presence is not confined to sacred seasons. Bereshith, Genesis 28:16 through 17. And Yaakov awaked out of his sleep, and he said, Surely Adonai is in this place, and I knew it not. And he was afraid and said, How dreadful is this place? This is none other but the house of Elohim, and this is the gate of heaven. Yah's presence sanctified an ordinary field without announcement. Yaakov lay down in an open place to sleep. When he woke, the field had become the house of Elohim. Yah does not need a prepared location. His presence consecrates the ground where it rests. Bereshith, Genesis 32:30. And Yaakov called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen Elohim face to face, and my life is preserved. Yaakov saw the face of Yah and was preserved. He did not name the place a place of destruction. He named it Peniel, the face of El, and testified, my life is preserved. For those Yah receives, his face is not destruction. It is the source of life. Bereshith, Genesis 35:9. And Elohim appeared unto Yaakov again. And when he came out of Padan Aram and blessed him, Elohim appeared again. His presence is not a one-time encounter. He returns. He blesses. His relational posture toward his servant is not a single moment. It is a pattern of returning, appearing, speaking, and blessing across the whole of a covenant life. Bereshith, Genesis 46:2-4. And Elohim spake unto Yisrael in the visions of the night and said, Yaakov, Yaakov. And he said, Here am I. And he said, I am Elohim, the Elohim of thy father. Fear not to go down to Egypt, for I will there make of thee a great nation. I will go down with thee into Egypt. Yah's presence follows his people into unknown territory. Yaakov faces the greatest journey of his life, leaving the promised land entirely. And in the night, Yah speaks, I will go down with thee. His presence is not limited to the land of promise. He accompanies his people wherever the covenant takes him. Yah's countenance, his presence, his favor, and relational posture. A powerful scripture reading straight from Torah, Bereshith, Genesis. Esteem Yah.